Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hello, Scribe.
Hello, Scribe.
Your Lord of Pennies is here as well. Say hello, Satsu.
What's up, motherfuckers?
I'm your Lord of Pain, the Ranting Monkey, and we are here to talk verbal porn into your ears for the next 2 hours. Get them panties wet, them pee-pees hard. We are here to make your day. Scribe, how you doing?
I'm not sure I should be talking to you right now. I feel like you've
Why?
verbally touched my no-no place.
You consented. You're here.
Am I here?
You sound like you're here.
I'm okay. Well, let's see. I spent part of my morning finishing up cleaning my apartment to make sure that it was all nice. My mother showed up. And then she and my sister showed up around 11:30 on noon. And then we went to the restaurant and had all this seafood. And it was really, really good. And then we did a little grocery shopping. And then we came back to my apartment. And she came in for 3 minutes to go to the bathroom. And then they left. But I am left still with a spruced up spick and span apartment. So I should have some sort of self-pride in that, I suppose. Well, that's not.
Fair
I'm not
enough,
100% sure. I did take a few minutes to show off her my thumbnail art. She hadn't seen the thumbnails I've done for the show, and I was like, "Look at this! I did the Addams Family." She's like, "Oh, that's really cute." Like, cute, huh? Oh, okay. What about this? Look at these ones for like the Goonies and Goodfellas and all this stuff. She's like, "Oh, that's really cool." Like, okay, thanks, Mom.
Real quick before the stream, thank you so much, tall person who said, "Happy Squid and Cuttlefish Day, everyone." And I asked him what day it was because I'd missed that he'd done that. And there's a reason I wanted to know. But real quick, Blind Press, thank you. My 6-year-old wants you to know that Ranting Monkey is awesome. Oh, thank him.
Ranting Monkey is awesome.
Speaking of awesome, you know who's awesome? Weibo's awesome, and she's streaming right now. Go over there and wish her a happy Cuttlefish Day. Go say what?
That's. I could see some innuendo going on there with that particular phrase.
Okay, go wish your National Squid Day.
That's better. Okay.
Okay. Lords of the Night wish you a happy Squid Day. I'm trying to be nice here.
Yeah, trying
Speaking
being
of
the
nice.
opposite word.
Yeah. Satsu, how you doing, my friend?
I'm nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you said that.
Should I leave you two alone now?
Nah, man, we need all three of us here.
What do you mean we, white man?
Well, that would be more than one, so we.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you could have meant Nintendo.
Fair point.
Womp womp.
Fucking gamers. No, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. I didn't do anything today. Like I literally, finally, my friend was free and who bought me the PlayStation or whatever. He finally finished his little arcade room because he had been working on that, trying to get that done, and it looks awesome, guys. I don't know if I know I showed the Lords. I don't know if I showed you guys my friend's little arcade room he got set up or whatever, but it's finally done. And me and him, we hopped on the PlayStation and played fucking Infinite Warfare Zombies for like 8 hours.
Nice.
And it was fun because if I recall, this was one of the ones that we played the most because the Easter eggs were the most fun and they had the progression system tied into the zombies. So like even if you played like a long game, time was never wasted because you were leveling shit up. And it was just fun, man. Like going back and trying to do the Easter egg again and fucking around and then almost completing the Easter egg and then actually trying and failing miserably because that happens quite often for whatever reason. We were just like, we're going to do a test run. And then we almost completed the Easter egg off of a test run while watching videos trying to figure it out. And then once we knew how to do it, we couldn't fucking do it for shit. So I'm like, oh, sweet. We're
nice.
Just as worthless as we used to be. But it was fun. It was a good time.
Over on the Streamlabs, thank you. This is Kyle. Says, hello, chat people in LotN. Hey, I'm enjoying the Baldur's Gate playthrough so far. Makes me want to get the game. I have been having so much fun with that. And Tall Person said, also sent a Streamlabs. I'm just seeing it now, but I'm getting it. Thank you so much. I apologize. It's taking me so long. Tall Person also before the stream said, Twitter is absolutely lousy with stupidity and laziness today, even more so than usual. Less than a minute of Google searching Hatch Act will inform you that the president and VP cannot violate it, but so many people are saying Trump did so. Oh, yes, that's what I woke up to today because I didn't wake up till 7, and we'll get to that in just a second. Thank you, Pink Hollow, who says, hey, everyone, just a reminder, ideas can kill. I've seen people with bad ideas get them killed. Well, you have to actually implement the idea to do that.
Yeah, he's referring to something that just happened in Denver, so we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. My day, like I said, I slept until 7, which was nice. I woke up, I saw the clock, and I felt bad because it's Saturday, Lady Monkey's. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I got to spend no time with her today. Which actually isn't true. I spent time with her this morning, which is why I got to bed so late. But I got up. I'm like, baby, I am so sorry. She's like, it's okay. You were tired. I'm like, you are the sweetest woman in the world. But then I jumped on Twitter and my day just went downhill. Okay, that's a lie. It went uphill because I like stupid people. But holy shit. Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button, guys, and share their stuff because I don't do that much. You said we were just going to get into it, or we're about to get into it. So, Scribbles, you going to tell us what happened in Denver today?
One person dead, suspect in custody following shooting at Denver protests, say police. One man was killed and a male suspect is in custody following a shooting at a protest in Denver Saturday, authorities said. The shooting occurred in the courtyard near the Denver Art Museum. Police initially said one victim was transported to the hospital and their condition was unknown. Denver police later said they were investigating the incident as a homicide. The shooting occurred at 3:37 p.m. local time, police said. The shooting followed a verbal altercation. Division Chief Joe Montoya said at a press briefing Saturday evening, 2 guns and a can of mace were recovered at the scene. The victim was pronounced dead at the hospital. 2 competing protests were scheduled Saturday afternoon at Denver's Civic Center Park, where the museum is located. One event called BLM Antifa Soup Drive was hosted by the Denver Communists, and another group, according to the Facebook page, event. The other, dubbed a Patriot Muster Rally, called on patriots to stand up and show up in promotional materials. It is currently unclear if the victim and suspect were affiliated with either protest. A second person who was initially taken into custody after the shooting was found to not be involved in the shooting. The protest drew a large police presence to the area Saturday. So that happened. We don't know for a fact that it was related to what was going on there, but I mean, proximity, situation. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's actual video of the shooting.
Yep.
And there's people out there who are saying that the Antifa people shot. I haven't seen anybody say otherwise, but from what I saw and from everything I've read, on news sources that I believe, let me put it that way, they still haven't decided which side was the shooter here.
Yeah.
There was somebody who said that and if you watch the video, you see this poof of mace, that there was somebody shot with mace, and then there was the firing, and the people have been pointing at they shot a right winger. I don't know who shot who here, and I'm not going to make that judgment call until I hear more. Just for anybody because the first thing I saw about this was Paul Joseph Watson saying, "Looks like the BLM people shot a conservative." I'm like, okay, let's go see what happened.
Yeah, based on what exactly?
Yeah, and then when I saw the shooters, the guys that at least they arrested for it, because they arrested 2. One is the obvious shooter, the guy wearing the black stuff. Neither one of them look like they are dressed in Antifa gear.
Mm-hmm.
So the closest I can say is, well, they're both wearing backpacks, and that tends to be a sign. But I can't give more of an opinion on it other than stop shooting people. What the hell kind of altercation? Stop shooting. Mace, guns, all this shit. Put the shit away. If you just have to get violent, just beat the hell out of each other at least. This stuff is escalating, and that's not the right way for it to be going.
There's no way to push the narrative of fear about Trump's dangerous America unless that shit is going on. So it kind of has to, regardless, because even if the people who are supposedly the main people to be concerned about, according to various medias, don't do anything, somebody's going to be there to make sure something pops off, because it has to. So when the details come out, I guess we can make a call on what happened, but ultimately it kind of doesn't matter.
No, there's a dead guy. That's what matters.
Let's see. How about a fact check?
Oh, sweet. Of who?
Fact check. 5 false claims Trump made in his first speech since getting COVID-19.
Oh, cool.
In President Donald Trump's first public event since his COVID diagnosis, he continued to mislead the public about the virus, his accomplishments, and former Vice President Joe Biden. Okay.
Right.
Yep.
One moment. Paul, thank you so much for the entertainment. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it.
Trump said the coronavirus is, quote unquote, disappearing a little more than a week after he announced that he had tested positive for the virus. Facts first. The president has a long track record of falsely downplaying the threat of the virus in public.
Real quick. Big Father Ent says, yeah, you're all here. Had to bury my dog today. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, sorry, man.
Sorry.
That sucks.
Hold on, I gotta finish. I paused because you wanted me to pause. I gotta finish the sentence.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So the president has a long track record of falsely downplaying the threat of the virus in public. Recent data suggests the coronavirus is far from disappearing in the U.S. and that the pandemic is actually intensifying instead. Is he talking about the coronavirus in total or in himself? I didn't
see the speech.
Well, I didn't either, but their quote is, Trump said the coronavirus is disappearing a little more than a week after he announced that he had tested positive for the virus. So in that context, he's referring to him.
Presumably?
But the CNN says that he's referring to the virus in the world.
Yeah, I would have to actually see it to see the full context.
Yeah.
The actual full quote.
Yeah, because the way that they framed it doesn't match with their quote-unquote fact check.
Absolute Zero, thank you so much. Who says, yo, RMS. Hello, how you doing?
Moving on. Trump has previously accused Biden of flip-flopping on his position regarding fracking, a drilling method used to extract natural gas and oil. Quote, they have gone through a period of years, no fracking, no fracking, no fracking, Trump said. All of a sudden, gets the nomination, he says there's going to be fracking, unquote. Okay, facts first. Trump's characterization is misleading. Biden's written plan never included a full ban on fracking.
He didn't say anything about his plan. He said what Biden said out of his mouth.
However, there is at least some basis for Trump's claim. What? During the Democratic primary, Biden sometimes suggested he was proposing to get rid of all fracking, creating confusion over his stance.
What?
So then he did flip-flop, didn't he, CNN?
Oh my fucking! They literally said, Trump said that Biden said that he would stop doing fracking completely. And then they said, this is misleading. He never said that. By the way, he said that specifically sometimes. Are you fucking serious?
It goes on. He has since explicitly said he does not support a nationwide fracking ban, though in part because he doesn't believe such a ban would pass. He's still flip-flopping.
It's Trump literally, you just said Trump was right.
100% correct. Not partially. They literally said he was 100% correct about it.
Trump's characterization is misleading, except for the fact that he's absolutely correct in what he was saying. All right, okay.
Yeah, he is literally right in every conceivable way, but it's misleading because reasons.
Okay, so the first fact check, their own context countermands their supposed fact check. Their second fact check, Well, I mean, it's a fact check in the sense that they checked the fact and they confirmed it, even though they don't want to admit it.
If they had said true on that one, then that would be fine. But they said misleading, which is wrong.
Well, whenever I see CNN fact checks Trump, it's CNN calls Trump a liar. That's kind of how my brain has gone. Okay. Next one. Trump has repeatedly claimed Biden referred to looters and rioters as peaceful protesters.
He has.
He did so again on Saturday while talking about so-called, quote, left-wing fanatics, unquote, so-called, okay, who have looted and vandalized churches and buildings. Facts first. This is false. Biden has correctly noted that many protesters have been peaceful. He has not argued that the violent protesters are peaceful. Rather, he has repeatedly denounced violence, rioting, and looting.
Okay.
But
go ahead, Satsu.
But Trump 100% absolutely said that white supremacists were really good people, by the way. That was 100% fact, even though he explicitly and literally said the total opposite. But okay. All right. I see how these fact checks work.
Not one time during his acceptance speech did Biden mention the violence in the streets. Not once.
Nope.
He mentioned it if you go all the way back to the original riots there in Minneapolis. He did come out and say that violence was wrong. And after that, he was absolutely quiet about it. He made one small reference to it when one of the kids was shot in Chaz. I forget if it was the first or second big shooting we all heard about. He made one more comment there, and then he didn't say anything else until after it became an issue at the RNC. And finally it was like, oh, yeah, Biden denounces the violence. Everything else was peaceful protesters. Stop it. They keep pretending that he's been against this the whole time. It's nonsense. At the very least, he's been quiet and complicit with it.
In Wednesday's debate, Vice President Mike Pence insisted the Trump administration has plans to protect Americans with pre-existing conditions. Trump made the same assertion Saturday, saying, quote, we'll always take care of pre-existing conditions, always, unquote. Facts first. We don't usually fact-check promises, but this one has already proven to be untrue. Okay? Okay? The Trump administration and congressional Republicans have repeatedly put forward bills and filed lawsuits that would weaken Obamacare's protections for people with pre-existing conditions. Trump is currently supporting a Republican lawsuit that is to declare all of Obamacare void, and he has not presented any plan to protect people with pre-existing conditions if the lawsuit succeeds. I haven't. It's true. I haven't. When the vice president had the opportunity to say what was their plan and the alternative, they never have said.
Yeah, I don't recall ever hearing a counter plan for it. So,
in that sense, yeah, I mean, just like Biden hasn't put forward a plan for a lot of things, I haven't seen what the plan is to replace Obamacare or fulfill its what it does do right now.
And that's fair to say that they haven't shown us what their plan would be. Mm-hmm. But they keep doing this with Obamacare. Like, he's getting rid of Obamacare, which will get rid of pre-existing conditions. Like, that's the only way you can do it is have Obamacare.
Yeah.
You could literally get rid of Obamacare and just have a single bill that says companies cannot deny you because of pre-existing conditions.
Well, great. Then show me that bill's ready.
And I agree.
Yeah.
But they keep tying those two together. Like, he's trying to get rid of it. No, he's trying to get rid of Obamacare as a whole, which at this point, yes, includes that.
Yeah, well,
and
I mean,
they're not saying that part.
Well, sure, but I mean, in the absence of giving an alternative or a backup, they are talking about getting rid of everything. So that one's not wrong per se. We don't usually fact check promises like that.
I would say it's misleading.
Well, depending on how you like, from a certain point of view, I guess. Lastly, quote, the fact is I've done more for the black community than any president since Abraham Lincoln, Trump said. Nobody can dispute it. It's true. Quote, facts first. While we give Trump lots of latitude to express opinion, do you? Do you really? You give Trump latitude to express opinions? Okay.
Lots of it.
While we give Trump lots of latitude to express opinions, This is highly disputable, even if he is comparing himself only to previous presidents and excluding other black heroes.
He said presidents.
He said any president.
He literally said presidents, but
President Lyndon Baines Johnson, for example, signed the 1964 Civil Rights Act and the 1965 Voting Rights Act, monumental bills whose impact dwarf the impact of any legislation Trump has signed. That he didn't say legislation.
not according to the black community, because nothing has changed since then.
Well,
Everything's
that's true.
exactly the same.
Now, not that I'm agreeing with Trump, but his statement didn't say anything. It doesn't say I've passed more legislation that benefits the black community. He just says I've done more for. Now, what does he mean by that? I'm assuming the lowering of black unemployment in the country up to the pandemic, at least. I'm guessing
The lowering of black unemployment, the funding of historically black colleges, the removal, the First Step Act, the going forward with the I forget the name of it, the urban development thing they've done,
the Platinum Plan or whatever.
Yeah, the Platinum Plan or whatever. Yeah.
Let's see. It's also worth noting that black people themselves do not, on the whole, agree with Trump's self-assessment. Trump has had a consistently abysmal approval rating with black citizens, just 4% in one Quinnipiac University poll, for example, versus 93% disapproval. Oh,
Well, if that's the criticism, then black people do not agree on the whole on anything, literally nothing on this planet. Do black people agree with on the whole, other than the fact that breathing is necessary to live?
I like how they pulled the Quinny, however you say that word, that poll, because there's other polls that show it as high as 10, which for a Republican is like fucking out there. Like that would never happen. So it's funny that they chose that poll, because some of their own polls have shown otherwise. Huh. Seems like cherry picking.
Let's see. How about
Black people as a whole?
As a whole, I love that.
in that vein, here's a unrelated story, I think. Killer Mike's new black-owned bank receives tens of thousands of account requests in less than 24 hours.
It's a new bank, right?
Yes.
Then why is this news?
Well, we'll find out in a minute.
Okie, thank you so much. Can we all agree a side chick isn't cheating? No, that would be cheating.
Are you a priest with an altar by any chance?
Nice.
A new majority black and Latinx-owned and operated digital bank hopes to make supporting black-owned banks and businesses a little easier for consumers. Wait, a black-owned bank makes other black-owned banks easier. Okay. Greenwood was created by Bounce TV founder Ryan Glover and his close friend, rapper activist Michael Killer Mike Render. Yeah, Killer Mike, he did this Netflix special where he like sat in a room and guilted white people for being white for about an hour. It was kind of really fun. The leadership team at Greenwood, which includes former Atlanta Mayor Andrew Young, unveiled their new platform on Thursday after raising more than $3 million in seed funding in June. Glover has been working on Greenwood since early 2019, but he said interest in the venture spiked after the police killing of George Floyd. Is that really what you want to build your business off of?
How fortuitous.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound like, yeah, well, thank God that motherfucker died because business is booming. Like, okay.
Well, same could be said for Robin DiAngelo's book sales and Ibram X. Kendi's book sales. I mean, I had it in my video I did the other day. I found this sales graph of those books in that genre. You got White Fragility, How to Be Anti-Racist, and all these other books. And it shows like what were their sales before George Floyd shooting and what were their sales after. And there's no comparison, just like hundreds and hundreds % increase.
Yeah, and this is the reason why everything that they do is to further extend racial divide, because there's no way that these people would be even remotely as successful without it. And some people say, you think we're happy about that? We're not happy about that. 100, 200, 300.
Let's see. Okay. Killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis sparked a nationwide reckoning with racism that has inspired many Americans, including many in the corporate world, to support black-owned businesses and financial institutions. Yeah, because they're a good investment. Not because they're black, but because people are guilt buying everything right now.
Yeah.
While the bank doesn't open until January, the company launched its website on Thursday, and there is already a waiting list for those who want to open a Greenwood account. Do you check the race of those people before they get accounts? I would assume not, since you can't do that by law. So it's a bank owned by a black person, which means what?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either. Unlike its peers, however, Greenwood's target audiences are Black and Latinx communities and anyone else who wants to support Black-owned businesses.
But I don't know. I mean, I always get confused when I hear stuff like this because I'm like, what does that mean, though? Like,
I don't know because, okay, federal law, you cannot discriminate in lending practices as a bank. You can't say, I'm not going to lend to you because you're black or because you're gay or something like that. It's similar to, the Civil Rights Act and everything else.
mm-hmm.
It's why like redlining can't really happen anymore, or at least not if you get away with it. So I don't understand what it means by targeting Black and Latinx communities. Like, you can't limit your business to anyone on the basis of race. I guess you can just like advertise or spend a lot of advertising money in specific areas.
It sounds like they're trying to do community building. Like this is where we're going to concentrate lending, which, by the way, is a good way to lose your money. Not because blacks can't run businesses, but the reason there's not businesses in a lot of those communities is because they get destroyed.
Quote, in order to build wealth, you need bank capital, Glover said. We will identify qualified entrepreneurs, business owners, and creatives to equip them with the capital needed to make their dreams a reality. You will identify qualified. What qualifies them if you're saying you're targeting specific races? Now,
color.
I understand that. But the thing is that, and again, as a preface for anybody out there, I am not a lawyer. I am not an expert on banking law, finance law, and everything else. But that kind of public statement would make me very suspicious about whether or not they are treading the line of violating federal lending practices. So I like this and so many other things I've looked at in the last 4 years. The audacity of some of these statements that sound like you're telling us you're happy to break the law. So anyway, that's all I had to say on that one.
And I get what you're saying there. I don't have a problem with it, honestly. Like we want to spend it in the black community, and then still you have to follow the federal laws. I get what you're saying there, but in principle, like, yeah, if you want to help black-owned businesses, like I said, there's a difference from saying I want to give somebody money to start a boutique in downtown Los Angeles, and I want to give somebody money to start a boutique in Crenshaw. There's going to be different issues there, and
it's the word qualified.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with their intentions or that they want to invest in specific. That's fine and everything else. But it says, well, we will identify qualified entrepreneurs, businesses, etc., to give them the capital. It's like, what does that mean?
I mean, if they mean it in the same way that other banks qualify people, then fine.
Yeah, exactly. But when they're the entire premise of this, like I said, I could go on, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to clarify what I said. I said downtown Crenshaw. Crenshaw is a street on Crenshaw. There we go. I wish them well, honestly. I hope things work out. But I was also, there was a part of it that said, and creatives.
I guess that could fall into like anything that isn't like an artist or a musician or a YouTuber. Who knows? I mean, anything that falls outside of your classical entrepreneur business.
Right. That's not a good investment, guys.
It can be good PR depending on who it is and how it is. If they want to do that's their money, so whatever.
Yeah,
you better be extra careful, man. Because whenever I hear about this stuff, I sincerely hope that everything is ethical. It's all on the up and up, and that it succeeds. There's no part of me that's just like, I hope these people fail, because it's like, if this helps people, then awesome. But the techniques that they use to go about this stuff, it's always real fishy. And I'm just like, man.
Yeah, it makes it suspect. I mean, when you frame it in that way, I cannot help but ask if that is your stated, if that's your mission statement, and then you say we'll loan to qualified, blah, like, how am I not to then ask if you're filtering people on the basis of things that would make you violating the law? I don't think I'm far off in asking the question. Like I say, if that was just ambiguous language, fine, but all the same.
Cryptic, thank you. Today I thought of a color that doesn't exist, but then I realized it was just a figment of my imagination.
Ha! Womp, womp, womp.
Thank you for that, sir.
Anyway, that's all the stories that I had.
That leads us on to MSS News. Guys, if there's a story you'd like us to read, hit us up with the hashtag MSS News on the Twitter machine. We can't get to them all, but that's just because
Monkey's breaking up.
What?
You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, you're roboting.
Damn it. Well, I just saying aliens.
Oh, you sound like one. So that's all right.
Oh, God. How did you slip this in here? Frosted glass.
He said,
Remember, stop resisting. That still makes me laugh. Frosted Glass sends in this one from Medium.
uh-oh.
Go sit in the corner. Transracial adoption concerns are warranted and beyond Amy Coney Barrett. Thank you, Cryptic. I recently got enslaved by a dolphin. It's hard work, but at least I serve a porpoise. God damn it.
That's
Thank you.
disturbing, actually.
In recent days, there have been accusations of a political witch hunt attacking Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett with repulsive comments about her adoption from Haiti. By the way, repulsive was in quotations there.
Oh.
These claims are a red herring intended to dismiss the very real and warranted apprehensions about transnational and transracial adoptions that have existed long before the current nomination and reach far beyond the scope of any single adoption or individual adopter. I wonder if they're going to ask Kaepernick about transracial adoption and how bad it is.
Oh.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Transnational, aka intercountry, aka international adoption, IA, is notoriously fraught with corruption, kidnapping, trafficking, and exploitation of poverty, war, political unrest, and natural disasters worldwide, as documented by scholars such as David Smolin, adoptive father and professor of law at Cumberland School of Law in Birmingham, Alabama, and others.
Wait, are they saying that Coney Barrett kidnapped her kids?
They could be saying her kids were trafficked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Smolin popularized the phrase child laundering to describe how kidnapping and stolen children are passed off as abandoned by criminals who are paid finder fees by orphanages. In other cases, mothers are duped into believing their children are being sent to America or Europe for education and will return. Placements are arranged first by agencies in their homeland and then sent on to America and Europe adoption agencies. All of this has led Smolin to call for a moratoria of international adoption, IA, until more regulation can be implemented to protect children and their families. Until that occurs, loosely regulated adoption policies will continue to put well-meaning individuals and couples at risk for unknowingly adopting children who were kidnapped, as happened to the Smolins. This horrifying discovery also led to Rose Candace and to Timothy and Jennifer Mohan of Liberty, Missouri, and to Julia Rawlings, who discovered her two daughters adopted from India had been sold and may have happened to Barrett without her knowledge. Okay, look, if there's a problem with kids being kidnapped in these situations, by all means, yes, we should look into that. But that's not something Barrett did wrong. Cryptic, thank you. All day I drill holes in metal and bolt them together. At first it's boring, then it's riveting. God damn it. Well played on that one. I like that one.
The issue with these talks are not the fact that they're being brought up as a topic of something that needs to be discussed. The issue with these talks are they're being levied as accusations against somebody simply because they're white and they don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if this is an issue, it should have been an issue before she was nominated.
Exactly. But it wasn't. And nobody wanted to have that conversation or talk about it. But now that she's been nominated, all of a sudden, it's an issue now.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It may have happened to her, kids. Well, did it? Go find out.
Exactly.
It should be easy to trace.
Why this is like associating Iraq with 9/11, just like talking about them in general terms near each other, and then like, oh well, they're connected.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't. It's a sideways accusation trying to defame her without actually having to do any heavy lifting to do so, like proof. So good job, guys. Keep it up.
I'm all for tightening regulations to make sure that kind of stuff doesn't happen.
Yes.
But
but it's a Trojan horse, isn't it?
Yes.
It's like you can't disagree with the notion because it's a good thing, but then you have to somehow let in Amy Coney Barrett as being somehow implicated in it at the same time. So it's bullshit.
Yep. So there's that. I just hate how they try to pass it off as them being so noble about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, this one's from Massive Dynamic. It's over at National Review. Yes, Hillary Clinton orchestrated the Russia collusion farce. Did she or didn't she? Of course she did. Well, they answer right away.
The end.
The end.
Thanks for coming. Bye.
In late July 2016, Hillary Clinton, in an effort to divert attention from the email scandal that was haunting her presidential bid, directed her campaign to peddle a political narrative that Russia's suspected hacking and leaking of Democratic Party emails was in furtherance of a conspiracy between Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump to swing the election to Trump. That is, as I argued in Ball of Collusion, the Clinton campaign dreamed up, paid for, and peddled the Trump-Russia collusion farce. And in promoting it, President Obama's former Secretary of State had a willing and able partner in the Obama administration, very much including its intelligence and law enforcement apparatus. Okay, you're going to need a lot of proof for everything you just said. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm not saying it's not true. She obviously pushed the narrative. Whether or not she started it, though,
yeah.
I need proof. That's all I'm saying. It was amazing to watch Democrats play Twister this week as National Intelligence Director John Ratcliffe added commentary corroboration to the disclosure he'd made the week before. In that first revelation, via a letter to Senate Judiciary Committee, Ratcliffe explained that because our spy agencies have very effective foreign intelligence gathering methods, they were able to obtain insight into Russian intelligence and analysis that concluded Clinton orchestrated the damaging political narrative. That is, Clinton actually did what she accused Trump of doing. She colluded with Russia through yet another foreigner she recruited to meddle in the 2016 campaign, including former British spy Christopher Steele, in order to damage Trump's campaign and cinch the election for herself. Understatement, thank you. I checked me and my fiance into an asylum. I wanted a more committed relationship. Cryptic, I will win this war. Thank you for the donation. God
wow.
Well played again. It took me a second on that one. As ever with the Clintonistas. Oh, God, they're using that one. When they're moving their lips, they're projecting. Ratcliffe's initial revelation came with a caveat. While our spy agencies judged Moscow's analysis about Clinton to be authentic, in the sense of truly being a Russian intel product, they could not vouch for its accuracy. It might reflect what Russia really believed, but it alternatively be an exaggeration or fabrication. This was not a wobble. Intelligence agencies sweep up scads of information. They must always grade its reliability with a skeptical eye to avoid deluding themselves. All right. I will throw this into chat if you guys want to read the rest of it. I will have to read up on what was actually released and all that. But that part right there just said it all to me. You're going on the Russian intelligence, which, like they said, it's a real Russian intelligence report, but whether or not it's a factual report or not is up for debate.
Right.
Are we trusting the Russians on this one?
Right.
Like I said, I'll read it, guys. I'm not making a determination until I know more about what's going on there. Because, well, I don't like to look like a dumbass. Look, I look like a dumbass often, but I don't like it. I'm just saying I don't like it, Scribe. Hang on. I have to move a cord. I keep kicking it. Sorry. Wandering Lisa. Wandering Lisa. Am I going to be mad at you right now?
Yeah.
I never know with her.
Mm-hmm.
Wandering Lisa says in this one, how to support someone you care about if they're stuck at home with bigots. Oh my God.
Define bigot for me, please.
People say things that I disagree with.
Yeah.
If someone you care about has to live with ignorant relatives, offer them things to focus on besides another night spaghetti a la MAGA.
Wait, is that the only bigotry that they said bigots in general? So they're only giving. Why didn't they just say Trump supporters?
You know why? Because it's not just Trump supporters. All conservatives are bigots. Because of the added stress of the restrictions and lifestyle changes brought on by COVID-19, this election season feels even more hellish than usual, especially depending on where and with whom a person has to live. Some of the people we care about are trapped by circumstances in homes where Fox News blares all day. QAnon is a regular subject of dinner conversation and or they can't discuss apparently.
Nobody fucking even knows who they are. There's nobody sitting at their fucking dinner table conversing about QAnon.
Nobody knows or cares. What the it's like certain celebrities. Like, I'm told by the media that Amy Schumer is some big deal. Why? And then they are, because I'm told they are. QAnon is like the biggest thing since the conspiratorial sliced bread. Because we tell you it is. Like, why? What are they doing? Nothing. Like, okay.
Cryptic, thank you. After my failed attempt at growing vegetables this year, I've decided to become a music producer. I've got a ton of sick beats.
Where's my fork?
Good night, sweetie. Love you. Oh my God. Where were we? QAnon, a regular subject of dinner conversation, and or they can't discuss even anodyne topics like getting a new phone without setting up a 20-minute shriekathon about the wages of sins / the impairment of the suburbs / socialism / the list goes on.
What?
So a massive, straight, outright bigot is teaching us how to deal with bigots?
Yeah.
Okay. Because so far, all I've read is I am a massive, huge bigot, and I hate other bigots. So I'm going to tell you how to deal with it.
I would really like for all our friends, siblings, and partners enduring politically exhausting home lives to live and be as well as possible, through this weird, difficult extended period of the Circle Pandemic Edition, made all the weirder and more difficult by a highly consequential presidential election. Thank you, Tweak. QAnon, the biggest thing since the jacket known as 4chan. What do we know about this guy 4chan? That is one of the most excellent news clips ever. Okay, we're going to jump ahead to what she says, okay?
Okay.
Make time for regular phone conversations. You know what? You should do that anyway. Call people. Most of them be like, why are you calling me? Just text. But do it anyway. I've had some great phone conversations with Little Butt through the pandemic. Just saying. Be attentive to and account for prying eyes and ears.
Make sure no one's there to fucking interrupt your fucking brainwashing.
Make sure nobody's listening. Is anybody on the other line? Recommend music, movies, books, and TV shows to give your loved ones something else to focus on. Encourage them to talk about the news with you, their friends, and a reasonable human being.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You don't get to call people bigots. I'm sorry. Because like you just said, Satsu, it's a bigot giving advice.
Yeah. They're literally making a broad, widespread generalization about an entire group of people and now giving advice as to how to give another entire group of people some type of comfort when they deal with it. Like you're every bit of the example of the shitty people that you're criticizing, but that's how it goes.
On the plus side, Scribbles, it seems like she's actually talking about bigotry and not discrimination.
Well, bigotry can be discrimination. It's not necessarily racism, is what it's always conflated with. So yeah, no, bigotry is the intolerance of another person on the basis of their ideas. So on that score, I have no complaint so far. If you start talking about racists and stuff like,
where was that one? Build up your stuck at home friend. Okay. Dedicate a space in your home to your friend. What?
But what if you're a bigot?
You make a shrine to your friend?
Are they dead already? Maybe then?
Set up a little area in your house for your friend, perhaps on a sunny windowsill or a small shelf with a photo of them and something nice like fruit, flowers, or crystals.
Is your friend a fucking squirrel? Like,
oh my God.
What the hell?
Oh my God. Plan or fantasize about their escape.
What?
Their escape.
Their escape.
Oh my God. If you guys would like to read the descriptions of all of her how-tos, there you go. All right, Lisa, you're not in too much trouble for that one. Peter Stewart sends in this one. Toronto realtor apologizes after offensive billboard is removed from a busy intersection. Let's put that on the screen so y'all can see it. This is the offensive billboard, you guys. COVID, real estate ninjas at your service. Got COVID slashed out. But guys, is that offensive?
My religion doesn't acknowledge ninjas, so I'm offended. Definitely.
All right, let's get into it. And Tabby Coke billboard showing two real estate agents doing karate chops with the crossed out term COVID has been removed after numerous people called the advertisement racially tone deaf.
Wait, that's the problem?
Apparently. The Remax advertisement was originally placed at a high traffic area on Royal York Boulevard near Lakeshore Boulevard, where it was spotted by a local chef and founder of Quell, a talent agency focused on diversity in the food and hospitality industry.
Oh, there it is.
I just think everything about this is tone deaf, Trevor Liu told CTV News. My position here is that the use of ads like this has to stop, and I'm tired of having to remind people that it has to stop. There's a million ways to advertise and be tasteful. This is not one of them. The advertisement depicts two non-Asian men in karate poses.
Yeah. The only people who are allowed to do karate on the planet are Asian people, says the not racist people.
Yeah, you just blew your own narrative, homie.
Yeah, aren't there supposed to be? Never mind.
Wow.
Understatement, thank you. My friend accidentally drilled through his hand. He really screwed himself that time. Your move, old man, at Cryptic. Thank you so much.
Does anybody else like? Are we seriously? I feel we've brought this point up a lot of times, and I know it can get kind of stale after hearing it so many times. But how do you miss the irony there? You're just like, this is a racist depiction. Well, how so? Because only the fucking this group of people are supposed to be doing that thing, and you're just like,
yeah,
that's awfully racist of you.
Well, it's the inherent flaw with the whole cultural appropriation thing. Right? How dare you do this thing that only these people are allowed to do because of like what?
Just, God damn, you don't see it? You can't. All right.
Nope, it's benevolent racism.
Somebody said Cobra Kai. They must hate the Karate Kid.
Fuck me, dude. All right.
That's a Latino and honkies.
It is what it is.
All right. Next up. Hang on a sec.
See, it happened to Monkey this time. It was me last time, but it got Monkey now.
It did. Just weird dry space in the back of my throat. What the fuck?
See? Yeah, I thought I was fucking around. That shit is deadly.
Oh, I think somebody's out for us, man.
You got the Rona.
Oh, God. I hope not.
My Corona.
Shrouded Angel sends in this one. A woman mortified after Labrador finds sex toy during walk and won't let it go.
Look, mommy, I found a dildo. No, put it down.
I'm going to throw this into chat because there are pictures of a dog with a dildo in its mouth.
Yeah.
It's no secret that when dogs find a toy that they love, they can be pretty tricky to get it off of them. Unfortunately for one dog walker, the pooch that they were taking care of took a liking to a rather embarrassing item. Clara Robson was out walking a Labrador named Charlie and thought he was playing with a stick. When he looked like he was having a great time, she decided to snap a photo. Upon closer inspection, she realized that the 1-year-old pup had actually found a sex toy, was carrying it around in his mouth.
Hey.
As if that weren't enough, the 33-year-old then spent the next 15 minutes chasing Charlie around, attempting to retrieve the toy.
Come back with that dildo! And all the people around like what?
She joked that it was especially hard to catch as it bounced everywhere.
It's flopping around.
Slapping him in the fucking face. Yeah!
Jason, thank you so much. I once offered Monkey a new kitten, but he just couldn't handle any more pussy. Indeed.
Oh.
My lady keeps my hands full. Who leaves a dildo out in the woods?
Done with it?
Yeah, or they're lost, or somebody threw it, or somebody went out and had to have a picnic and they accidentally left it behind.
A witch after a ritual.
Yeah, all that too. Yeah, there you go.
There was a story I read last night that witches are all trying to decide which one of them gave Trump COVID.
Yeah, I remember.
There you go.
That is so weird. Match, thank you. Renting Monkey, my fault. I'm wearing a Corona Extra beer shirt. You did it to us. We got 2 stories about the shooting, which we already covered. Thank you both, Nuts and Jack, for those. Johnny Hellcat sends in this one. Oh, man. Toddler severely burned after falling into Yellowstone thermal feature. Oh, damn.
That's bad news. Real bad news.
A 3-year-old has been severely burned after falling into a thermal feature at Yellowstone National Park. Park officials say the child ran off a trail Friday near Midway Geyser on the park's western side. The child slipped and fell into a small thermal feature. The child was flown to a burn unit at a hospital in Idaho Falls with 2nd-degree burns to the lower back and body. Park officials say they're investigating. Yeah, why was that able to happen?
Right.
The child's identity, condition, and whether the child was a boy or girl weren't immediately available. The child is the 2nd person burned in a Yellowstone thermal feature this year. A woman backing up and taking photos fell into a hot spring or fumarole near Old Faithful Geyser in May. Yeah. If they'd said the child was climbing or something, I'd be like, well, the child did it. But they said the child slipped.
Yeah. Somebody wasn't keeping an eye on the kid is the problem.
Well, how is it possible? Okay, again, if they're climbing and somebody just didn't get them, but the child slipped and fell into it, y'all need better barricades.
Yeah.
Ah, shit, I hope the kid's okay. This one comes to us from, I got to go back, Signal Boost. Kroger gave a job to a homeless woman who slept in their parking lot. Quote, I wish we had 120 like her. Not that long ago, Lashenda Williams was living in her car and wondering where her next meal was coming from. Raised in the foster care system, Williams never had a stable home life. Quote, I spent my life moving from foster care to foster care, dealing with child abuse and things like that. In the end, nobody wanted me, and I stayed in the system until my senior year of high school. That's, fuck, man. This better play out like a feel-good movie. If not, Signal Boost, you're going to the corner. In addition to the abuse she suffered in foster care, Williams was hampered by a learning disability that made finding a job more difficult. But even so, she never stopped trying. Whether it was luck or fate that led her to the parking lot of an East Nashville, Tennessee Kroger grocery store, Williams' life was about to change for the better. By day, she became a store regular, striking up conversations and making friends, even when she couldn't afford to buy food. At night, she'd move her car to a new location, hoping that the staff... Damn it, ads made everything move. 1 second. Hoping that the staff wouldn't realize she was living in the parking lot. When associate store manager Jackie Vandal heard Williams mention her goal of working at the store one day, she told her about an upcoming job fair. Impressed by Williams' can-do, upbeat people skills, Vandal made sure that she made the cut from candidate to new hire, helping Williams with her application and even tweaking her resume.
Mm-hmm.
It took Williams a month to get her first promotion from part-time cashier to full-time checkout associate. Soon after, she was able to afford a new place to live. As it turned out, it was the very first apartment she'd ever had with her name on the lease. Aw, damn.
That's nice.
When Kroger customer VL Williams, no relation, learned his favorite sales associate was getting her first place but didn't have anything to furnish it with, he looked to social media for help. She's always trying to help someone, always trying to be a light in the world that may seem very dark. His post to the East Nashville Facebook group got more than 200 responses. Furniture, small appliances, and just about anything you could need to furnish the home started pouring in. All right, now I'm going to cry.
Uh-oh.
I'm not reading the rest of this story. Good for her. Good for them.
Oh.
I ain't crying on air over this. This should be a movie of the week right there.
Oh.
Frosty Glass, thank you. Maybe Hot Spring Kid thought... Maybe Hot Spring Kid thought he was Sauron's ring. How dare you?
Oh.
Thank you for that. There's a Kyle says faith restored in humanity. This is a wonderful story, and that's a story that, seriously, that should be a movie right there. That's better than most of the shit we hear about. That's better than all of the shit we hear about.
Yeah, that's a feel-good story. I like it.
Me too. And we're going to stop on that one because I don't want to ruin it. Good for them, good for her, and yeah, faith in humanity a little bit restored there. I don't even know what's going on in chat right now. We're gonna move on to YouTube time, and Satsu, I know you said you didn't do anything, but I have to ask you, what'd you do today?
Well, I did actually attempt to start on my Final Fantasy series.
I attempted to start.
Yes.
Okay.
I got it. I brought up the stuff. I separated the files, and I started doing my audio work. And the moment I start, because I was waiting for, because like I said, Zach was busy most of the morning, and we were going to be playing Call of Zombies. I was waiting for him, and like as soon as I was just like, all right, this motherfucker's taking all day. I recorded one line, and then he was like, all right, I'm ready. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right, let's kill some zombies then. So I did start that up, and I know the direction I want to take this series in now. So we'll see how it turns out. it's either going to be terrible or mediocre. So
All right.
one or the other, I guess. But I'm going to work hard on it, and I'm going to keep it going, and hopefully something comes of it. Outside of that, we played some Raft last night and did some stuff for the new update, which was pretty cool. They added quite a few things, it seems like. And I don't know how much more story stuff is left, but we will be playing tonight and most likely tomorrow, and probably, depending on how much information or stuff they added, probably be finishing up tomorrow, actually. Outside of that, not really much is going on. Working on cooking videos and stuff, but that's an everyday thing now at this point. So,
all right. And before I ask you, Scribe, I was sent a picture of this. This was on the story, and I just couldn't believe that this was it. These are the barriers at the geysers. Yeah, you need something a little bit more than that. Good God, there's nothing there.
Well,
yeah,
who's watching the kid though? I mean, to crawl through that thing and get over that. I mean, I don't know.
And again, if they said he was crawling through or jumped it, I'm with you. But
Yeah.
slipped and fell?
Yeah.
Phew. All right, Scribbles, what you been up to?
Today, nothing in particular. I took the day off to hang out with my mom and sister. But tomorrow at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing my Ask Me Anything 4th YouTube anniversary live stream. If you have questions that you'd want me to answer, you can post them in the little preview video on my channel. It was posted just a couple of days back. It just says AMA announcement. And so post your question in the comments there. That's where I'll be going to read the comments aloud, or read the questions. And I guess I did do one thing. I created a special overlay for StreamYards for tomorrow, so I can display the comments section as I go down the list and read them. So there you go. That's what I've been up to.
All right. I did a monkey in the morning and had a good time there. And then I finally started playing Baldur's Gate 3 on the gaming channel. With the exception of my first roll where I rolled a 1.
Oh.
Yeah. All of my other rolls were great. And the one thing I've noticed about this game, everybody who plays it, they're like, my rolls always suck.
Mm-hmm.
I was beating all kinds of numbers last night, whether it was an 8 or a 10 or a 16. I don't want to look, click. I beat it. Sweet. So I don't know if the game can tell you're online and they don't want to look horrible.
Sure.
But there's a lot of things in that game where if you fail checks, horrible shit happens.
That's kind of the risk reward of the whole thing.
And it's great because several people have mentioned on that. They talked to me privately about what happened. And one of the things that people seem to really like about what they saw last night is that even with the way we've seen Wizards of the Coast going so, well, let's just be honest, social justice.
Mm-hmm.
There's still racism in that game.
Mm-hmm.
There's still horrible shit that happens in that game. There's a part where a child can die. Yeah. They don't even do that in games anymore. And then you have to go tell the parents. Yeah, they've the people who are making it, they seem to be trying to stay true to the world.
Well,
not our world.
Yeah, it wasn't WotC that made it, though. I mean, these
Right.
guys have a license to it, so they didn't. Presumably, they didn't have a lot of say over the content necessarily. So, well, the game system might be Wizards of the Coast. The story seems to be independent of them.
Yeah, and that Dark Resurrect, thank you. Howdy, Lords of the Night and Chat Hooligans. Work is terrible. Sorry to hear that, man. I hope it gets better for you, bud. Thanks for the donation. Yeah, that's the thing, and it seems to be a good thing that my worry about this was that because it's made by the same people who made the Divinity series. I have to be careful because I was talking to somebody earlier and said Destiny. No, Divinity series.
Mm-hmm.
And Divinity is a fun game, but dear God, is it complicated. Far more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah, I never really got into it. It was all over the place.
Yeah, but this seems to follow very well the computer D&D kind of style of gaming. And if you've played them, you know what I mean by that. But if you haven't, just trust me on that one. They're doing a very good job with using kind of the divinity system where you're allowed to do more things rather than just go out and fight. Most D&D games, your party just needs to be strong enough to beat the other party. Your warrior has to be your fighter. Sorry, make sure I use the right words. Your fighter has to be stronger than them. Your wizards have to have better spells. You know, you have to. The most you get with planning is okay. We'll web them and we'll have somebody shoot them with arrows. In this one, there's all kinds of other stuff you can do. Blow them up, take them out one at a time, stealth style. So it's really cool that they've added all that stuff, and that all does come from what they did in Divinity. But it's actually in the D&D universe, which is awesome. So so much salt and stream about the dice rolls. Dude, those dice rolls will kick your ass. Watching my stream last night, guys, that was atypical of dice rolls in that fucking game. There were two things last night. I played that game through what people saw last night. I think it's 5 times now. And there were 2 things that happened last night that never happened before because I failed dice rolls so badly. Low dice rolls. I had to roll a 5 and I rolled a 2.
Oh.
On a 20-sided dice.
I kind of like the fact that the way you describe it is like more often than not, like those kind of things will happen behind the scenes, the dice rolls or the RNG and everything. Mm-hmm. And the fact that you get to watch the dice flip on there, like you're actually at a tabletop game, is actually that's really cool. I appreciate that they did that.
Any of the skill checks like that, when you're talking to somebody, it's a dice roll.
Yeah,
and it's awesome. There's a 20-sided die that pops up, and you got to roll it. It's cool. Anyway. Nap says I needed a 5 and rolled 1. Yeah, the dice are mean. The dice are mean. But anyway, yeah, I'm having fun over there. The audience seems to have been enjoying it. So come check that out. I will be playing that again tonight. We have the stream over on Satsu's channel right after this. I'll do a monkey in the morning after that, and then we'll go into the game stream. So as long as I can, as my body holds up, I have to put that caveat on there. So I will be playing again. Humpatry. Satsu, what you got?
I don't have any puppetry today.
What?
Shockingly enough, like I said,
wow.
Spent a lot of time playing video games. I didn't really look at much. I know things happened today, and if you guys talk about them, I'll be like, oh yeah.
All right.
I didn't really engage in anything today.
Okay.
Scribbles?
Well, let's see. That means I have lots of extra time.
Indeed.
Let's see. So the New York Times posted this today. News analysis. The selection of Kamala Harris as Joe Biden's running mate unleashed a steady drip of racism and sexism and underscored what happens when multiple identities meet. A black woman, an Indian American woman, a daughter of immigrant parents. And I said, news analysis equals intersectionality. Bold move by the New York Times.
Yeah.
That is, intersectional theory. Good job, New York Times. Joe Biden tweeted out this: over 213,000 Americans have died from this virus, and the hard truth is it didn't have to happen this way. And I said, so then, due to your expert handling of the H1N1 pandemic, the 12,000 to 18,000 U.S. deaths were, all of them, entirely unavoidable? What would you have done differently here? Not close the borders, not shut down businesses, not fast-track the vaccine? I never hear alternatives. And it's true. They keep saying that Trump did a bad job. I'm like, I'm willing to accept he did a bad job. What would you have done better?
Well, yeah. The way he worded that was very interesting and also pretty clever, because he said it didn't have to happen this way. As in, these could have easily and still very well died. It just didn't have to happen this way.
Yeah, that's also true. But this long litany of complaints and criticisms of the Trump administration's actions on the pandemic, like, hey, you know what? An untested administration filled mostly with sycophants and not professionals in these things and so on. I am willing to accept that mistakes were made.
Sure.
You need to tell me, as the guy who wants my vote, what you would have done differently that would have improved on what has happened. And so far, at no point have I heard him say, I would never have closed borders, or I would never have had the businesses shut down. Because they keep talking about the worst economy ever. It's like the economy is only bad because everybody's shutting down their businesses because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
If you're blaming him for the economy and you would have done a better job under the circumstances, how would you have saved the economy while still protecting people against the pandemic? What is your alternative? What would have been your plan? I understand it's hypothetical at this point, but if you don't at least give me an idea of what you think you would have done better, it's nonsense.
Scribe, they would have done the right thing.
I know.
Well, I've seen Joe actually say, I wasn't the president. Like, but
right. Yeah, exactly.
It's okay to ask you what you would have done different if you're up here criticizing what he did. Yeah. This is the thing. Scribe, I'm with you. I'm willing to say, okay, things could have been better. I'm not sure what, but we've had 200,000 deaths. Maybe there's something that could have been done. Nobody's telling us what that better is.
Exactly. And it's not like it's completely unreasonable. Like if you were to say like this could have been done a lot better because you feel like the results and what you see happen is bad, and somebody said, well, what exactly would you have done different? It's not impossible to not have a definitive answer for that.
Yeah.
Because like the joke that I told before, like I don't know how to fly a fucking helicopter, but if I see one in a tree, I'd be like, well, that doesn't belong there.
Well, but most especially from someone who is leaning on his record as having been in the White House and basically been Obama for 8 years.
Right.
This to say that, and especially given H1N1, I mean, you can't deny the fact that that administration had to deal with a pandemic. It was not a pandemic to the same scale or to the same death rate as this one, certainly, but the mechanisms are still the same in the considerations for what you do during a pandemic. So, Joe, if you and Obama had a better playbook for this, what did Trump do wrong that you would have done differently had you been in charge? Yes, it's hypothetical. Well, yes, it's hindsight's 2020, but you're trying to sell me on you handling things better in a crisis than Trump. What is the improvement? That's all I'm asking.
I remember during the VP debate, Kamala kept bringing up Trump knew on January 28th. Okay, he closed the border on the 31st. They make it sound like he did nothing. He knew on January 20th. 3 days later, he closed the border to China.
And
Okay, anyway, I don't want to dwell on this forever because stuff, but
I have a super chat.
Yeah.
Dark Resurrect, thank you. Is Baldur's Gate worth picking up now? I would say yes, but it is full price right now. It is still in early access. There are still problems. If you watched the stream last night, I went 3 hours playing, but I ended because it did crash. I didn't have any other crashes during the playtime, but the game will crash on you. There's updates daily on that game because it is early access. It's not finished. The full story is not in the game.
Don't buy it.
It's very playable. It's very fun. I'm enjoying it. And if you can put up with those kind of things, absolutely. If you're somebody who gets frustrated by those kind of things, wait until it's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my answer on that. And thank you for the donation and Scribbles.
All right, moving on. Let's see. Crystal Liz's personal Igor, Harry Enton, had a couple of brilliant moves today. The first one was, a look at the numbers reveals that Trump isn't just losing this election, but Biden is winning it. Like, as I said, it's not that one guy is losing, it's that the other guy is winning. Brilliant. Good job, Harry. Like, no, it gets better. It gets better. Hold on. So, not an hour or so after that, he posts this article with this heading. A look at the numbers reveals that Trump isn't just losing this election, but Biden is winning it. His net favorability is way up, 20 points higher than Clinton's at this point. He's staying out of his own way and making few gaffes. See number of press mentions in the article. Okay, so just want to read that first sentence again. A look at the numbers reveals that Trump isn't just losing this election, but Biden is winning it. Not an hour after that, he posts this. Folks, please don't round 10 to 15% to 0%. Trump's chance of winning is roughly equal to what Biden's chance was of getting a plurality of delegates after he lost the first few contests in the Democratic primary season.
Oh.
I'm like, Harry, make up your freaking mind. I mean, and I just, all I said to that was, Harry Hedgie Enton strikes again, getting your money's worth, CNN. I mean, hey, Biden's got this locked up, guys. Guys, don't say Trump has no chance of winning.
I do want to agree with the part that Biden's mostly staying out of his own way, but in that respect, I don't think Biden is staying out of his own way so much as
he's being hidden.
Yeah, and I have some humpatry that'll deal with that later.
So AJ Plus posted a video today that I very quickly made sure to capture because I have a suspicion maybe it'll disappear. I don't know, but either way. And I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it, but the title of the video is this: should the U.S. invade itself?
But,
and then this is how the description heading reads in part. We're obviously joking. Coups are bad, and plus it would be a logistical nightmare. But if the U.S. were to invade any other country, we might be in back room. Or sorry, if the U.S. were any other country, we might be in back rooms discussing some regime change.
For real?
AJ Plus, yes, we're obviously joking. I underscored obviously, but if you and so I just said, "Oh, AJ Plus, you Qatarian propaganda machine, please never change." But yeah, I've saved that video. I mean, it's 15 minutes long. I may do a live stream of it. We'll see.
That is fucking incredible.
That's amazing. Just the way it's like we're joking, but it's that meme where the girl's face is like all sour and everything, and then she's like, well,
yeah.
Okay. New York Times again. The perception that wearing masks and following social distancing guidelines are unmanly has carried a destructive cost. Some experts who study masculinity and public health say COVID-19 has infected more men than women and killed far more of them. I said, all of those dead men did it to themselves, guys. It's their own fault. Masculinity bad.
Has anybody heard this narrative?
That it's men's fault that they're sick and dying because of COVID?
No, that wearing masks is unmanly. Like
I don't know who's. Again, I haven't listened to every word that say I don't know Donald Trump has ever said on it or anything else or what politicians have said, but I've never heard that it's unmanly. I mean, my sister bought me a mask that's got the Punisher symbol on it, and I'm actually kind of happy to wear that. So I don't know what that means or where that narrative came from, but that's supposedly it. If you died of COVID and you're a man, probably because you weren't wearing a mask, probably because you weren't taking precautions, and you deserved it. I guess.
Sure.
What else? Was that all? Oh yeah, and lastly, this kind of goes to the title of the stream. I said, I wish I understood heartbreak to the same extent that people understand what the Hatch Act says. Hashtag sad tweets.
Yeah.
Because like Monkey said, and everybody like all these quote unquote like there was an editor from the Daily Beast or something that you tweeted at. Yeah, an editor at the Daily Beast, an actual quote unquote publication, is saying he's still violating the Hatch Act. Like, you're stupid. There's no other way to put it. You're stupid. You're willfully stupid of what you're talking about. I don't know. And like Alyssa Milano, everybody's like, he's violating the Hatch Act. Like, okay, well, tell you what, you go to the federal authorities and tell them to arrest the president for violating the Hatch Act. You go do that right now. Go ahead, do it. I dare you. Anyway, that's all the fucking trade I got.
Yeah, that lady's name was Molly Zhang Fast, and she said, watch the president violate both the Hatch Act and also public health advisories in one event. The president, quite literally, cannot violate the Hatch Act. Neither can the vice president, for that matter. If you read it, and you should, especially if you're going to be saying stupid shit about it, it tells you that they're exempt. Maybe they just don't know what the word exempt means. Because Alyssa Milano's tweet was Hatch Act. That's all. That's the tweet. Like,
well, you got
stupid.
me. Checkmate, conservatives.
She's like, well, it's a good thing my viewers are too stupid to go look it up.
It's mind-numbing. This is an easy one. This isn't like something you have to go decipher. It literally says it. This isn't like trying to decide what unabridged or shall not be infringed means. It's just excluded. Christ. And anyhow, this one was just funny. It actually happened during or right before the show yesterday, but I missed it until I was on Monkey in the Morning. Somebody with an alt account jumped into my DMs. My DMs are open, so it happens from time to time. Just to talk shit to me.
Okay.
And so I talk shit back. And then they talk shit to me again. And I talk shit back. And then they sent me a really horrible message and blocked me. They blocked me.
On their alt account?
How dare they? Oh my God, what a jerk.
Okay.
I'm like, wait, you started this shit. Don't be offended that I'm better at it than you. And look, and if you come at me like that, I am going to slap you around because it's fun for me, guys. I don't get offended by it. I'm not going to go whine. Oh my God, people are mean to me in my DMs. Because if that was a problem, I'd just close the fucking thing. Well, if you're going to come at me like that, why the fuck are you going to block me over it?
Because they were pussy enough to create an alt account, and they're also pussy enough not to, confront you on their regular account. So obviously they're a pussy enough to run away.
Well, that was the thing I said to him because this account, I mean, it was created back in August, so it wasn't done just to fuck with me. They apparently fuck with other people, but it's got no tweets, no retweets, and no likes.
Okay.
You don't even fucking use this account. This is used just to go talk shit to people because you're a puss. And they apparently didn't like me pointing that out to them. Why would you block me? You did it. Look, the worst thing that's going to happen if you talk shit to me is I'm going to talk shit back because I'm a cripple in a basement. And unless you're like threatening violence or something against me, I'm just going to tell you what an asshole you are.
Maybe we should call it a clit account since it's real sensitive.
It's called, I'm sorry, my internet's breaking up. What'd you say?
I said maybe we should call it a clit account since they appear to be real sensitive.
Yeah, there you go. It's an alt clit account.
Like Cripple in a Basement should be like a series or something you do.
Actually, yeah, it should.
I don't even know what it would be, but like maybe like an interview show or something. You have to, it's something specific. Cripple in a Basement.
Old Guy Gamer says, I have no tweets, retweets, or likes. Are you talking about me? I don't know. Do you go by the name Mary?
There's something about Mary.
Yeah. This was sent to me, and I've seen most of it. It's a 5-minute video of Joe Biden throughout the years. I think I'm going to go through it pretty well on Monkey in the Morning, but the long and short of it is he's a plagiarist and a known liar. And it made me think of something. I wonder if Joe Biden becomes president.
Yeah. And
the Washington Post, should it continue its habit of, presidential lies, are they going to go back in Biden's career, or are they going to start when he's inaugurated?
Time will start again at inauguration.
Okay.
World will reset effectively.
Yeah, it'll reset insofar as not. So with Trump, you can't remember anything having been done terrible before Trump because Trump has to be the originator of all things terrible. In Biden's case, you can't remember that Biden never did anything terrible because he's got a clean slate as soon as he becomes president. He's just cleansed of any previous sin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the narrative will be focusing on Biden's problematic past will not lead us to a successful future or some bullshit.
Also, actually, it might even be the reverse, as in anything Biden does is now messianic in nature, whereas it's completely mundane or something that's been done a million times. Like Joe Biden today took a dump. Oh my God, wasn't that wonderful?
It was fragrant.
Yes.
But the next one goes to what you were talking about with Biden just a moment ago with staying out of his own way. And Joe Biden today, except he's not. He was asked specifically, don't the voters deserve to know your position on stacking the court? And he said, no, they don't.
Yeah, quite literally, they don't.
What?
No, they don't deserve to know.
Well, I'll tell you what. If Joe Biden becomes president, everybody who voted for him is getting what they deserve.
Well, this is kind of weird, and I got into a conversation, and it's all out there on public. This isn't in DM, so I'm willing to talk about what was said. Somebody said to me, maybe he's answered this before, and you know what? Joe Biden has answered this question before. If you go back to the primaries, he was asked about this very early on. I believe it was in one of the debates. He was asked, would you support, adding more judges? And he said no. Kamala Harris said yes, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's fair to go, okay, he's answered it before, because we've said that with Trump when it comes to the white supremacist thing. However, things have changed. Mm-hmm. When Ruth Bader Ginsburg died and the Republicans came out and said, we're going to replace her, many Democrats, including ones in Congress, came out and said, if they do that, we're going to stack the court. Mm-hmm. So the game has changed a little bit. Because it's going to make a far more conservative majority on the court if Barrett is confirmed. So it is fair to ask Joe Biden, do you still stand by what you said before?
It's also no great heavy lifting for him to just give an answer. They don't deserve to know it.
And
the fuck, just give what is the answer? The guy who wants to be president.
And that's the weird thing, because if he says no, then the opposition, that shuts them up. Like, all right, he said no.
Yeah, because he would be consistent with what he said before. But the only reason that I think that he won't answer is because the answer is now yes. And they know that he said no before.
Well, whose answer is yes?
Right.
There's
Harris's.
Well, true.
Yeah, see?
But there's an opposite side to that. There's the side that thinks that he would still say no. And that will turn off the left, who will be thinking, well, he's not going to fight against Trump the way we want him to.
Yeah.
So I don't know which way it is. I don't know if he's sticking by his no, but it is weird that I've only seen one article that points out that Joe has answered that question before. You would think that would be in all of them with the pressure that's being put on him over that question. You would think they're like, Joe's answered this before.
Right. But the problem is, it is not the answer that they want. So they can't, bringing attention to the fact that he said no would go against everything that they want to happen.
And this is what I was getting at about him staying out of his own way. He's having a little help with that.
Yeah, that's true.
A little bit of help.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree.
This was YouTube jumped into somebody's conversation today. Somebody said, what's up with at YouTube? I subbed to about 50 channels. That is going on the third month where I've received not a single notification. And YouTube jumps in.
Oh.
And it said, jumping in, are you referring to email notification? If yes, we're no longer sending subscription updates via email, but you can still get updates on mobile or computer if you've turned on your notifications in your settings. More help here, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, let us know. And I just said to them, don't you think it would be easier if you went back to notifying people when they subscribe instead of making them jump through hoops?
Yeah. Remember those days?
They haven't answered me back yet. And I doubt they're going to on this one because they don't like to answer things like that. But seriously, YouTube, as my dear friend here has said before, you guys don't know how to YouTube.
They're really bad at it.
if you, I don't have a problem with them having different tiers of subscription like that, but it should be the default is let me know, and then you can lower that if you want to. Instead, it starts with, yeah, we're not going to send you messages to, yeah, we'll do it if you make us. Pincalo, thank you so much. We will do anything to protect women's reproduction rights, reproduction rights. I don't believe women's reproduction rights have fuck all to do with this. That is, I mean, it might be one of the things that they care about, but it's mostly just liberal versus conservative. That's it. Everything liberal versus everything conservative, which, by the way, changes on a dime in America. So, except for the abortion debate. What time we got? Do I want to? Is there anything else? No. Okay, that's it. With that, guys, it's your time. Questions, comments, concerns, throw them into chat now, and we'll do our best to get to them. No promises we'll get to all of them because, well, I don't want to. So
wow. What an arsehole.
What I did?
You're an arsehole.
Sometimes. Oh, lords, would y'all try some rack of the Lamb of God, some manna from heaven, and the Holy Grail filled with milk from the sacred cow?
Which sacred cow?
Isn't the Lamb of God Jesus?
Or it's that band.
I ain't eating people, and I'm certainly not eating Jesus. I feel like that's a sure way to go to hell.
No, man, you eat the body of Jesus all the time at church.
They give you a cracker and call it that. They don't actually serve you his ribs. Nah,
man, that is actual processed and freeze-dried Jesus meat.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to get mad because they wouldn't give us that. I'm like, I want a cracker.
Give me these nasty ass.
Dangerous says it is still demanded that Trump answers white supremacy question, though. So even if Biden has answered it, it is fair to still demand an answer from him. If you're talking about them being consistent, that's fine. But I'm being consistent also. If he's answered it, he's answered it. But the situation has changed. And it is fair when people from his own party who are in power, positions of power, are saying, yes, we're going to stack this court, to go, are you going to go along with that? Just saying. Remember, I don't base my consistency on their consistency.
Yeah. I just like to be generally consistent. As a rule of thumb.
Lords of the Night, are you aware that in a couple of your last live streams, there's no live chat replay? I've seen that in various different streams, not just ours, and I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah, I've seen like my live streams attached to some streams and then not others. And it's not a matter of like I'm flipping a switch somewhere that says this one will appear and this one won't. So yeah. I don't know I honestly have no idea what determines when it will and when it won't appear. So.
I've also been told that it might not appear immediately, but it'll show up later.
Yeah, I've heard that sometimes, depending on how long a stream went or that kind of thing, it can take the chat log longer to render for display than the actual video. I don't know what the time frame on that is, or if there's some kind of scale to measure it by. But like, if you're watching the stream right after it ended, the chat might not be there until the next day or something. So.
Mm-hmm. Satsu, have you met Monkey? Is this in relation to something I said and he was like not understanding how I would respond, or do you mean in person? Was this like a sarcastic have you met Monkey, or was this a have we met in person?
Okay, I get it. I get the the question that's being levied there. I don't know. I've never met Monkey in person, no.
Chat jump. Sorry, I'm trying to find where the hell we were. There we are. Thoughts on the ATF making the honey badger a SRB or SBR? What is SBR?
Super bad rat.
Uh, a suck bucket ribeye.
I,
I don't know.
I'd love to give my thoughts. I know what the ATF is. I don't know what SBR is. So let me know what that is, and I'll answer. Monkey, will you please sing us a lullaby? No.
Oh, wow.
What?
You're mean.
I'm trying to think of a lullaby, and actually, you know what?
Rockabye and good night. Go to sleep, little chat peeps.
I would, but in all seriousness, that is a monkey and his granddaughter's things, and it's. I'll sing you guys other shit because you've heard me. I don't give a fuck about singing on the air, but yeah, that's for my babies, and they really like it. It's funny watching their parents get annoyed because they're trying to soothe the child, and Grandpa starts singing to them, and they just rest. It's also why I told Scribe he's not allowed to sing that one song because that's me and Little Butt's song.
I've already forgotten what it was.
It was Your Song by Elton John.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
Only me and Elton John are allowed to sing that, and I only sing it for the girls. Okay. So,
well, I wasn't actually singing the Elton John. I was singing the Moulin Rouge version.
Oh, you know what? Ewan McGregor can sing it too because that is an excellent version of that song.
Okay.
I was surprised by that because I don't like covers, but Lady Monkey was watching, and I'm like, all right, fuck it. He did a good job with that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Thank you, Data, for this dad joke in chat. I don't want to read it. Best dad joke ever. I changed all my passwords to Kenny. Now all I have are Kenny logins.
All right.
I really wanted to ride my pony, but he's sick. His voice is a little hoarse.
A little horse. You get it because.
Which weapon would you? I'm sorry, I read ahead on this one. Which weapon would you rather wield? The One Ring, one Infinity Stone of your choice, or an Edward Pass? Well, Satsu's already got one of those. So, Satsu, would you rather have an Infinity Stone or One Ring, or keep your N-word pass?
An Infinity Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Scribe, Infinity Stone?
The Time Stone, yes.
Yeah, I would go Infinity Stone too. And you know what? Time Stone probably. The One Ring comes with way too many conditions.
Yeah. If it's not the Time Stone because you can create paradoxes and fuck things up, then maybe the Reality Gem.
Oh, God. What has two butts and kills people? An assassin. That's a spelling joke, y'all. YouTube are the Joe Biden of social media. Don't viewers deserve to see what they've subscribed to? No, they don't. Well played. Well played. You're not wrong.
That is hilarious, actually.
Short barrel rifle is what SBR stands for. Well, in that case, the only I thought the honey badgers you were talking about, the girls who stand up for men's rights. I don't know what a honey badger is then. I'm guessing that's some kind of gun. I thought it was some weird designation thing that happened, kind of like when the SPLC names a Muslim guy anti-Muslim. Which was funny. What's Snoop Dogg's favorite rain? Drizzle.
Drizzle.
Oh, Lords. Would y'all rather have the ability to turn plastic into a cookie via magic or 5 large barrels of peach vodka? The cookie thing. I'm a diabetic, of course.
Are you a sugar
Yeah, I got the sugars.
I do the plastic and the cookies because plastic doesn't biodegrade. Cookies will, so I could take all the plastic in the world and make it into stuff that would go away.
What a
You
loser.
dirty hippie.
I know, right? Isn't
What
that
a
amazing?
horrible
I turned that
reason to
around.
do that.
I turned that around into like dying of sugar overload or just like getting kids' teeth to rot and actually trying to help the environment. Yeah, no.
And you could feed all the homeless at the same time.
Well, I'd feed them cookies.
Right.
Yeah, you just ruined cookies.
It's food.
It is food. Yeah, but
I'm going to be like, oh, that was bad for my teeth.
It's bad for my teeth. I'm going to starve.
Oh, thank you.
But at least I'll biodegrade too. Lords of the Night, how much would it cost to get you to sing the Horsecock song? I don't know all the words, but if you listen when it's played, I sing along with it. I sing the parts I know. So I couldn't give you a number to say I'd sing it because I don't know the words, so that would be robbing you. Gentlemen?
I'm going to need 200 pesos.
200 pesos.
That's like $3, man.
I know. Balling.
Scribbles?
How much would it take me to sing the Horsecock song?
Yeah.
God, I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to know the words.
Yeah.
Is there more than just that one verse?
Oh, I'm sure there is, but
if it's just that one verse, then not much. But to do the whole song, I'd have to know it, and I don't know.
Will you sing Barbie Girl for $100 like Mundane Matt did, Ranting Monkey? I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. I don't know much of the lyrics to that song, but charge $100 for that.
Did he sing like a special Mundane Matt version? She's like a boulder. I want to hold her.
I like that you guys are offering me money to sing. I sing for free all the time. Damn. When will you finally have JD Turk moment with Satsu and call him Chocolate Bear? Well, he's my chocolate bear.
Oh,
And
actually,
Chocolate Bear.
He's my. I'm his vanilla bear. Except for the problem is, I'm cooler than JD, so I get to be Turk, and by default that makes him JD. He's the nerdy one, so I'm chocolate bear. He's vanilla bear.
I thought Alex's wife was Vanilla Bear.
Yeah, well, she is too.
Two. Oh, okay.
Shot an Angel, thank you. Who says I'll pay you not to sing? Damn.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Damn.
No, but I can't be the only one who's noticed me and Satsu kind of got that JD Turk relationship going on.
We besties.
It's got love.
Fuck.
Between two guys. You know what, Satsu, we should learn the lyrics to that song and do a version.
All right, $200.
Because I really want to sing the line, "You're the only guy who's been inside of me." Well, it's because Turk had given him surgery.
I figured that context, but I don't know if anybody else would be that charitable.
Anybody who knows that song would know what it meant.
They won't care though. They'll pretend like they didn't.
You know, see, he's just like Turk. He's got that worried about homophobia thing.
I don't care about that.
That's what it sounded like. I was playing with my Mr. Bucket and it suddenly stopped working. I'm worried. He looks a little pale. God damn it. I walked right into that one. I was like, what the hell's going on?
I was genuinely curious as to where this was going to go. Like, he looks a little pale. Yeah.
The three of you had to meet and you could choose anywhere in the world. Where would it be?
Monkey's house, because he seems to be the only one with enough room for all of us to go.
I would like to be healthy and meet these guys at an amusement park.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
What amusement park?
You know, I get nostalgic for this, so probably Busch Gardens in Williamsburg.
What are you, a beer drinker?
No, I just those horses are beautiful.
Oh.
But no, it's all done as different European countries, and get to go eat wonderful Italian food and ride.
Oh, I see how it is. It's a celebration of white colonialism. I get it. Thanks.
Yes, exactly.
All right, thanks, Monkey. Appreciate it. That's where you want to take Satsu, huh? Okay, we have rubbed in that salt. Go ahead.
Well, damn. There's no getting out of that one.
I know, right? Brilliant.
You're in this room now.
But yeah, that's what I would do. Scribbles?
Sorry, what?
If we could meet up and you could choose anywhere in the world we get to meet up, where would you want us to go?
Oh, anywhere in the world? Oh, dang it.
Disneyland.
The moon. Anywhere. There's this. In New Orleans, right next to the St. Louis Cathedral or St. Louis Cathedral, I think it is. There's a little absinthe bar. It's this nice little place. It looks like a wooden shack kind of thing. When I went there, the bartendress there was just absolute saucy wench, and it was the smoothest pour of absinthe I'd ever had. And I hadn't had much. I'm not much of an absinthe like aficionado or anything, but they did it perfect. And just it was warm but not hot. It wasn't too humid. It was very relaxed atmosphere. Just sitting down and having a drink with you guys would be nice.
Fair enough. And in my version of this, I said I was healthy, so you guys can use that too. Satsu still my house?
Yes.
I want to take Scribe to the hood. I want to go to a picnic, a barbecue.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you sure you want to go with this one?
Let's see. I'm allergic to bread, but eat it anyway. I'm a gluten for punishment. Stop it.
Yeah. What if it's gluten-free bread, though?
Gotcha. No. That's not real bread. That's nasty.
It's literally erasers. It's like, these erasers are so tasty.
It was an AR pistol. They switched its designation to a rifle. Okay, so that's the Honey Badger that was switched to a short-barreled rifle. That's bullshit is what that is.
Bullshit.
So that's my response to the ATF doing that shit. And I'm sorry we have to ask for clarification sometimes, guys. We're smart, but we're not infinitely smart.
Yeah, we don't know everything.
Yeah, but that's nonsense. They just did it because it's an AR? That's nonsense. Although AR is rifle. So I'm not sure what how you have a pistol AR, but if it's a pistol, then yeah, that's fucking stupid. I'm laughing, plastic. It's fantastic. You can chase me. Oh, you're doing the words. By the way, Lauren Chen has put up a GoFundMe for Dad's cancer treatment. Can someone retweet the link? Somebody tweeted at me. I'll retweet it. I know Mash threw it into our chat here a little while ago. Mash just put it right there. Let me open a new window. Grab that. And I will tweet that in just a moment. Send the full Scribe or the full song to you on Twitter, Scribe.
Yep, I saw that. I did see that.
What do you call a bearded vase maker? Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I get it.
Jordan, I
Harry
think
Potter
is about the meetup thing. The launch pad describes moon base.
There you go. That's the correct answer.
Oh Lords, earlobes, wrists, or solar plexus. What?
For
what?
what? Like cut of meat?
I'm reminded of the scene in Last Boy Scout, Head or Gut.
That almost sounds like a where are you ticklish question.
Sure.
Last Boy Scout. Great movie.
Ticklish
I love
in
it.
your Last Boy Scout? Okay.
You never seen Last Boy Scout?
Probably not.
Oh, well, I know, but you should. You'd like it.
Of all the movies we revisited, that's my favorite one I got to watch again.
Oh yeah, okay.
I fucking love that movie, and I have since I first saw it. I used to have it on video and used to watch it over and over again, man, because it's not a great movie, but it's a good movie.
Oh no, wait, not Tango and Cash?
No, I like Tango and Cash, but I like The Last Boy Scout just a little better.
You haven't met my friend before, but he's been dying to meet you.
Yeah, they literally introduced a character at the end of the movie that way.
Yeah, that was so stupid. That's great.
Oh, God damn it. Lords of the Night, what do you call two lesbians in the closet? A liquor cabinet.
That's nasty.
I wanted to name my son Lance, but my wife said it was too uncommon. I told her it was in medieval days. People were named Lance a lot. Stop it. AR is. Oh, you're right. AR is not assault rifle. That is true. I fucked up. You're right. I didn't know that even. I did know that.
How dare you?
It's actually from the company name, not the. It's not an assault rifle. You know what? That's my bad. That's me falling for media propaganda, and I am embarrassed because I did know that. Thank you, Keldrig. Ranting Monkey is reaching Scribe levels of roboting. Am I real bad right now?
You haven't been roboting for us at all.
Not recently, at least. Yeah.
Well, then that's going to be on YouTube's side, guys. Sorry. Well, if it's only me,
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people at the end here saying Monkey is a bit crackly. Am I still?
I don't know.
It hasn't been noticeable to me in a little while now. I mean, you were roboting for a bit earlier, but sound fine to me now.
It's choppy.
Okay.
It's more scratchy than roboting, and it's all three of us. Oh, then that's YouTube, guys. That's not us.
It must be YouTube.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because we don't hear any interference amongst ourselves on this side of the deal.
Yeah, sorry guys, not anything we can do about that. We will do our best to keep it up for the rest of the man.
Keep it up? What?
It's scratchy. It's hard to keep up.
Okay.
But we're out of questions anyway. So guys, throw us questions. If you take Scribe to a cookout, just don't let try to make black food and bring it. Yeah, we'll just let him bring the cups, man. I went to see a psychic. He was incredibly fat, but he was a pretty good fortune teller. Oh, that one I was just about to read from Sir Emden, but it just disappeared. It just was retracted. Dude, I was about to read it. Do you guys secretly enjoy interrupting Scribe just to see his reaction? You know what? I never do it intentionally the first time, but if he gets too animated about the response, then yeah, I might do it on purpose. I never do it on purpose the first time. That's God's honest truth. Do you know the Muffin Man? No.
The one on Drury Lane?
I met him once. He a bitch.
Oh my God.
There it is. Lords, with your permission, can my military factions in games fly under the Lords of the Night banner?
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. What games, though? Because, I mean, if it's something silly, I might be for it.
Comrade Kitty asks, if you could choose any of the boys of superheroes, which would you choose? I haven't seen the boys, so I couldn't.
Choose for what? Just like,
I'm guessing to be.
Oh. God, I'm trying to think. I mean, not to be the person, but to have their power set, because most of the characters in that show are just absolute monsters. I mean, Homelander's pretty much an immortal Superman type god, so maybe. Yeah, probably that.
Satsu, have you seen it?
Seen what again? I'm sorry.
The Boys.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Mata says earlobes, wrists, or solar plexus for attraction. Believe it or not, probably earlobes. Gentlemen,
What were the options again?
earlobes, wrists, or solar plexus.
Well, I'm an eyebrows guy as far as like, non-normal body parts attraction. So yeah, neither of the three.
I fucking know. Weenuses.
He likes elbows. Aliens versus Predator or Freddy versus Jason. I haven't seen Alien versus Predator, but I love Freddy versus Jason. So
God, I mean, Freddy versus Jason was bad, but it was at least entertaining. Alien versus Predator was just bad.
Satsu, you seen either of them?
I know I've seen Freddy versus Jason. I can't remember Aliens versus Predator.
Lords of Night, wake up on New Year's Day, find out it's 2020 all over. What do? I save up money for the stock market crash. Gentlemen? You want to start 2020 over? What would you do different?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm probably trying to think of something like I would have gotten some work done on my teeth or got the whole like Invisalign thing because I need to have that done. I would have done that before all the dentists shut off. So I'd be spending 6 months without having to worry about going outside and meeting people, getting my teeth fixed.
Fair enough.
Probably taking a lot more screenshots of shit that people said throughout the year that they're fucking, especially around the time when everybody was saying China virus and shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like mine's the most practical. Just throwing that out there.
It is.
Yeah.
Data says, I dig, you dig, he digs, she digs, we dig, they dig. It's not a long poem, but it's deep, isn't it?
Dig Dug.
Not to brag, but I defeated our local chess champion in less than 5 moves. Finally, my high school karate lessons came to some use.
Womp womp. Nice.
Does Billie Eilish bring out your inner 14-year-old? The only thing I think of her when I don't think of her very often. It's only when she's in the news. And the only thing I think is, damn, that bitch needs to bathe.
Currently, all I think about is that she was a poor choice to do a James Bond theme song.
She just looked dirty to me. Oh, Lords. Game will be War Thunder, Hearts of Iron 4, and Sudden Strike. We will specialize in German equipment because German engineering is the best in the world.
Yeah.
Comment. Have fun. I don't care.
Yeah, it's fine.
If
you could name a plane or a ship or a mech or something after individual things, then maybe you make like the ranting monkey is your like, iron monster or something.
Yeah, you make me the tank that's going in first. Just ask Satsu. Because my dumb ass, it don't matter what class it is. Like, I'm going in there. I say, like, stop it. All right. No. I can't help it. It's really hard for me in Baldur's Gate 3 because there are times that they want you to do sneaking. You don't absolutely have to, but it makes the most sense.
Right.
And if I'm not playing a game that's a sneaking game like Splinter Cell, I really don't like to sneak for several reasons, and mostly because they make you go so slow and everything will trip, so it's like might as well just go and fire anyway. But they do a decent job. You're still moving pretty fast in Baldur's Gate 3, so it hasn't been a problem. But guys, that's going to bring us to the end of the show. Don't fret. We will be back Monday, and I'm right this time. 9 p.m. Eastern, Satsu's channel, Satsu 2 Cents over there. We'll bring you some more merriment, a little more ear porn, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Chat, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for the donations. You're so very kind. Scribbles, where can they find you this weekend?
Well, we're in the weekend, but so here. And then tomorrow at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern, over on my channel, I'll be conducting my 4-year YouTube anniversary Ask Me Anything stream. If you have a question you'd like to pose to me, please post it in the comments to the announcement video that is on my channel right now. And I will get to those tomorrow. Looking forward to see you guys. I'll also be sending the link out to various people that I have met during the course of my YouTubedom to see if maybe they want to drop in and say hello, just to make me feel like I matter somehow, somewhere.
Oh,
We'll see who decides to show. But until then, yeah, see you guys tomorrow.
Satsu, besides our game stream coming up in just about 15 minutes over on 2 Cents Plus, anywhere they can find you this weekend?
I was thinking about doing a test run on because I asked everybody about me hosting some anime watch parties. That won't be live, by the way. And I was thinking about testing that out maybe sometime tomorrow. So that might happen. Just be on the lookout.
And don't forget, not only will we be over on 2 Cents Plus in just a few minutes playing Raft, we will also be there tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for our long stream. So check that out. I will be on Monkey in the Morning sometime after the game stream, and hopefully some more Baldur's Gate after that. So follow us all on Twitter. Links are below. Channel links are below, including links to Satsu's game and his cooking channel. Go sub, guys, if you're not already.
1,000 subs, man. This channel's growing much faster than I thought.
Yay.
All right. And with that, we're going to take off. Thank you guys for joining us. Satsu, Scribe, a pleasure as always, gentlemen. Everybody, have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Vamos.